Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today is going to be all about the release of the new Colourpop palette, Give It To Me Straight. Looks like this here. These are the colors inside. Now, a lot of people have been really excited about this. I'm definitely one of them. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start off with some swatches on my arm so you can see what all the colors look like. And then I'm going to go straight into creating my very first look with this palette and seeing what we can make happen. So let me switch positions here. Let's get ready to do some swatches and let's see what these colors are all about. Okay, let's get started. The first one here is called Matter of Fact. And the second one here is called Upfront. The third one we have is called Straight Up. The fourth one is called BS. Okay, so the next four that we have is Frank, the first one. The next one is called Candid. The third one is called Forthright. And the last one is called Downright. And now for the four colors in the last row, we have first up Truth Hurts. Secondly, we have Be Blunt. Third up, we have TMI. And lastly, we have Actually. Okay, so there we have all the swatches of all the colors in the palette. Now, one thing I'm excited about, which I guess it's kind of odd to even say I'm excited about something like this, is the fact that Colourpop finally put the names of the colors on the actual front under the colors themselves instead of switching it over to the back. Because anyone who knows Colourpop, I think we all knew that the colors on the back would be like completely opposite from what they were on the front, and it got a little confusing sometimes. But yeah, I've been waiting for this ever since I put in the order for it, and I gotta say it actually got here pretty quickly. So I'm eager to go dive into this and see what I can make happen. So if you want to see what look I can come up with, then just keep watching. Okay, so first I'm going to be starting off with the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind in the color Fair. I'm going to be taking some of that on the back of my hand, and then I'll be grabbing a flat concealer brush. I'll dip into that, and then I'll use that to prime my eyes for the shadows. Now here I'm just patting some of that in with my finger to kind of buff it out a little bit. I don't want it to be so thick. I just wanted a lighter color to really make all the colors that I use pop. So at this point I'm going to be using some tape. First I'm going to stick that on the back of my hand a couple times to remove some of the tackiness. And then I'm going to be lining that up at the corner of my eyes so that I can get nice sharp edges. Now I'm picking up a fluffy blending brush, and I'm going to be going into the lightest matte shade of the palette, and this one is called Matter of Fact. I'm going to lightly dip into there, and I'm just going to use it to set the concealer that's on my eyes. So with that same brush, I'm going to be going back into the palette, and I'm going to pick up this color called Downright. I'm going to tap into that. I'm going to start at the outer corners, and I'm going to start using small circles and buffing this into the crease and back into the outer corner. Now I'm going to be picking up this color called Frank, And still using the same brush, I'm going to dip into that. And then I'm going to go back into the outer corner. I'm going to stamp that color down first. And then using the same motion as before, I'm going to start buffing it into the crease slightly under where the previous color was. And then I'm going to start sweeping it over the entire lid. Now I'm going to be picking up this shimmery color called Upfront. I'm going to switch to a flat shader brush. Taking it dry, I'm going to tap into that color a few times. And I'm going to go and start tapping this onto the lid. Now taking a tapered blending brush, I'm going to go into the color called Actually. I'm going to dip into that. Now I'm going to tap this onto the outer corner. I'm going to start working it into that gold shimmer. I'm going to buff it out lightly along where the tape is. And then I'm going to very slightly take it on the crease, but only on the outer corner of the crease. Not bad if I do say so myself. So for the under eyes, I'm going to be picking up a blending brush. I'm going to make sure it's dense but still fluffy. I'm going into the colors Downright and Frank. I'm going to dip into both of those at the same time, just sort of mix them together. And then I'm going to sweep those under my eyelid near the lash line. Now I'm using the Rimmel Scandalized Waterproof Eyeliner, and I'm going to put that in the waterline of my bottom lash line. Here I'm taking my NYX Matte Liquid Eyeliner and I'm using that to tightline my upper lash line and then to create a wing. Little dance break while I grab my L'Oreal Lash Paradise and use that to prep my eyelashes for falsies. But remember to curl first. I'm using that same mascara to also coat my bottom lashes. I'm going to apply my favorite Kiss eyelashes off camera. Here I've decided to use the Maybelline Matte Ink Lip in Seductress. I'm going to be using my e.l.f. highlighter in the color Starlight Glow to highlight my cheekbones and nose. So here is the finished look. I have to say, I mean, I'm a big fan of Colourpop already anyway, but I definitely love this palette. There are a couple of colors that just kicked up a little bit when you dipped into them, so just be aware of that. Otherwise, they blended beautifully. I didn't have any issues getting the colors to either blend on my eyes or to blend together. There weren't any issues. The mattes felt just as soft as the shimmers, and the gold shimmer that's on my lid, what's that one called, up front, I didn't have to wet that or anything. I mean, you saw if you followed along with me, dry brush, I went in, tapped it on, so I can only imagine how much more incredible that color would look if I did wet the brush. So that's it for me. That's what I was able to do. If you did like the video and you're still here now, then thank you for sitting through that with me. If you haven't already, then please subscribe. If you are already subscribed, then please hit the notification bell. And if you haven't already and you did like the video, then please click the thumbs up so that I do know like the video and I can work on content to bring to you in the future. Until then, I'll see you in my next video. Bye.